right, and let's get going with today's workout for dancers. Pilates and dance work hand in hand, and this is where my real passion has come from. Being an ex-professional dancer and also being a dance teacher, I can really see the benefits of Pilates working alongside in the schedule with a dancer's schedule as well. So Pilates really helps core strength, flexibility, control, which is super important, balance. But also what we're looking for is to help prevent injury in our young dancers as they move through into the professional world, and hopefully give them the tools that they need to be able to maintain a really strong, healthy body all the way through their career if that's what they wish to do. So let's get started. Feet underneath the hips, nice deep breath. Let's get the energy flowing straight away. As we inhale, lift those arms up. Exhale, just gently drawing them down, moving the arms, nice deep breath. And again, inhale, reaching those arms. Exhale, down. One more, inhale, reach. Exhale, hold the arms out, small circles here. We're just taking small circles, soften the knees. This is your opportunity to draw up through the body, pelvis in neutral. Just gently making sure you've got the shoulders pulling back, the tummy buttons gently reaching back towards the spine, pelvic floor engaged. Just change directions there as we're circling, squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back of the body. Shoulders down, neck long, lengthen through the crown of the head. One more change here. Good, and when you're ready, lift and lengthen those arms. We're going to reach them in front, curl through, draw the chin towards the chest but not resting on the chest, and then open, push those arms back. So we exhale, draw the arms forward, nod the chin towards the chest. Inhale, open the front of the chest, push those shoulder blades together, and again. Really putting some tension in those arms. Last one here. Good, and we're just going to bring the hands in front. It's so important here that we don't let the hands go. Posture is very important to this next one. So we're going to keep the feet underneath the hips. We're going to take it into some small squats. So as we squat down, we want the knees heading over the toes, we want the upper body coming down. The upper body angle should be very, very similar to the lower leg. So if you've got this going on, your upper body's a little bit too low, sink down, push those knees forward, over the toes, and then lengthen up, engage, fire up those glutes. Coming all the way down, and up. Keep those shoulders down, and fire those glutes at the top. Pushing those knees over the toes. Try not to let the whole body collapse forward. Keep drawing through those abdominals. Drawing that tummy button back. Lift the pelvic floor. Everything here is switched on. The glutes are firing up. We're sending the knees over the toes. Finding that dorsiflexion in the ankle. That's the movement here where the ankle can find that angle and then come back up. As dancers, we tend to point our feet a lot. It's also important that we've got the reverse of that. Two more here. Squeezing those glutes, push those knees forward. Good, and we're just going to take a lift of the knee. I'm going to come back to the front. Very gently, keep the arms here, or you can hold them out. Drawing up through the abdominals, keep the weight centered as we just push onto the ball of the foot, and then lift and down. Keep the elbows out, lift and down. Keep the weight centered. Try not to let the weight shift this hip over. So just hold here. Keep lifting up towards those arms. We've got 4, 3, stand into this foot, 2, 1. Good, place the foot down, back underneath that hip. Nice deep breath, draw the abdominals in, shoulders down. You can have the hands in first if you want to, or you can place the hands in front, push onto the ball of the foot. Concentrate, gaze out in front, find that spot in front and lift and tap and lift. You might find one foot slightly easier than the other. We all know we have a good side and a side that's not so great. which is the one we normally need to work on. And lift and down. Get these glutes firing up. Lift, keep the weight centered. 4, 3, 2, 1. Place that foot back down. Again, let's just take a few squats here. Down and up. Remember, those knees are going over the toes. Here we are for 2 more. 2 and 1. Good, we're going to step back. I'm going to turn again to show you. Keep the hands here, you can place the hands on the hip. We're going to just step back into a split squat and then bring everything back up. Fire those glutes. This is where we need to be working the glutes and the legs as we step back. Stepping back, the knee heads down, and now fire. Up, step back, and firing up. So that real kind of push comes through the ball of the foot. Squeeze into the glute. Abdominals are engaged, shoulders down. Don't be tempted to lift the shoulders. We've got 4. Stand into the foot. 3, 2, and last one. Good. Hold here. So you should now have the mat behind you, or a soft space behind you with no tables and chairs and things going on there. Keep the feet underneath the hips. Roll the shoulders back, lengthen through the neck, crown of the head, reaching up towards the ceiling. Pull your tummy button back to the spine. Lifting the pelvic floor so the abdominals are engaged as we exhale, nod the chin towards the chest, not resting on the chest. Nod the chin towards the chest, lift up through those abdominals as you kind of curve up and over those legs. Don't roll straight down the legs, lift everything up and over. At the bottom, just hold. Keep drawing that tummy button back to the spine. Exhale. Bring the pelvis back to neutral. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Inhale at the top. Exhale down. Scoop those abdominals all the way up. So you're rolling, making this kind of rainbowy curve shape here. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, restack. Keep the knees soft. Don't lock them out. One more roll down. This time, soften the knees, place the hands down on the mat. We're going to step those feet back into a nice plank. As we come into plank, making sure we've got the weight over the front of the body, so the shoulders are over the hands. Draw those abdominals in. Push back into the heels without the weight shifting all the way back. So we don't want this happening. Keep everything in line here. Draw those abdominals in. Don't let those hips sink. Keeping this posture here. Hold here. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Hold this plank. So holding this plank here. Center the weight. We're going to lift. Point one toe. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. We've got 4. Squeeze the glute. 3, 2. Soften the elbows. 1. Place the foot down the other side. Point the toe. Soften those elbows. Don't lock them out. We've got a lift here. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Keep the weight still. 3 more. For 3, 2, 1. Place the foot down. Hold. We're going to turn onto the side of the body. Reach up into side plank. Feet one in front of the other. Hold your side plank. Draw those abdominals in. Bring everything back to center. Over to the other side. Reach up. Hold your side plank. Draw the abdominals in. Shoulders and hips stacked. Come all the way back. And again, reaching up. Lengthen away through the crown of the head. Reach the arm. Come back to center. Last one here. Reaching away. And then bring everything back. Hold that plank. And when you're ready, drop those knees. Toes together, knees apart. Open out the front of the hip. And just gently sit those hips back onto the heels. Reach those arms forward. Lengthen the arms away. Almost like you're trying to reach forward. Forehead comes down. Melt the chest down. In between the arms. Reach those fingertips away. Nice deep breath. Good, and then just curl your way back up onto all fours. Okay, so on all fours, posture, shoulder over the hands. Don't be tempted to sit back here thinking you're in that quadruped position. Shift the weight forward, lengthen the neck. So it's not the head that needs to be in line with the hands. It's not your eye line, it's your shoulders. Your eye line should actually be towards the edge of the mat. Hips over the knees. Push the feet down into the mat. Push the top of the foot down as well. Hold here. Slight tuck to the tailbone, very, very slight. Draw the abdominals in. Here, we're going to reach away through one leg, lengthen away. Now, keep it on the floor for the first moment. And when you're ready, keep the weight centered. Don't let the weight shift. The creases of the elbows should be facing each other. Soften the elbows. Weight forward, lift, exhale, squeeze the glute. Inhale down. What we don't want is an arch in the back. Exhale, lift. Keep the abdominals engaged. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Push into both hands. Don't be tempted to sink over into one side because you've released that leg. Both hands pushing down. We've got 4, 3, lengthen the neck, 2, 1. Don't drop the head. Good. Hold that foot up. Hold it there. We're going to do small pulses up and down. 8, 7, 6. Push into the hands. 5, 4, 3. Stretch the toe. 2, 1. Hold here. We're going to drop down. The knee that's on the floor, same arm is going to drop down onto the elbow. Turn the hand around slightly. Open the hips. So now we're in this posture where we've got the foot and the elbow should be in line, pushing the hands into the mat, and we're going to lift this leg up and down, squeezing the outside of the glute. Lift and down. Don't let the head drop. Lift and down. Keep going for 4, 3, exhale, lift, inhale, drop. 2, draw the abdominals in. Last one. Good. Push back onto those hands. Turn that hip back under. Center the weight into 4 small tricep dips. Keep that foot up. We bring the elbows in. Send the nose towards the mat. Exhale, push back up. Draw those abdominals in. Inhale down. Exhale, push. 2 more here. Elbows in. Last one. Gently bring that knee in. Sink those hips back, stretch those arms away, reaching away, forehead down. We've got exactly the same on the other side. When you're ready, draw yourself back up. Remember that posture, it's not the eye line that should be over the hands, it's the shoulders. Shift that weight forward. Lengthen the neck, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Hips over the knees, lengthen away. Through that toe, keep the weight centered. When you're ready, squeeze the glute, exhale, lift. Nothing else should be moving apart from that leg. Don't arch through the back. Keep everything else nice and still. Push into both hands evenly. Don't lock the elbows out. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold up there. We're going to pulse that leg up towards the ceiling for 8, 7, 6. Keep those hips level. 5, 4, glutes switched on. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Drop onto the elbow. Same elbow as me that's on the floor. Turn, open out that hip. This other hand is just down. Just keep it there. You don't have to shift it back slightly. Open the hip, lift and down. Lengthen the neck, lift. Don't let those shoulders creep up around the ears. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Back up onto those hands. Get the hands back under the shoulders. Keep that leg lifted. Keep it lifted. 4 tricep dips here. We come down and push. Inhale down. Exhale, push. 2 more. Keep that weight centered. Last one. Inhale down. Exhale, push. Draw that knee in. Send the weight back. Stretch those arms all the way out. Take a nice deep breath. Good. And we're going to do a quick abdominal section as well. So when you're ready, come to the front edge of your mat and just sit nice and tall, push into the front of the knees, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Hips, knees and feet should be in line. What we don't want is the knees splaying out or the knees touching, so keep them hip width. And just gently exhale. Rock over that tailbone first. Scoop those abdominals, draw the tummy button in, and gently bringing yourself down. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down, onto your back. Good, and just for a moment, just hug both knees in. Give them a nice big hug. Good, when you're ready, push into the front of the knees, lift up through the upper body into our Pilates stance to start with. We're going to then lengthen those legs away, holding on just to the thigh. Eventually we're going to work up towards those ankles. We're going to let one leg go down towards the mat, draw the other leg in towards you. You don't need to overpoint that toe, but keep it in that kind of pointed position. We change legs, lengthen away through the leg. We change, keep the tailbone down. Pelvis stays neutral. So try not to lift the pelvis towards you. Keep pulling, lengthen the neck, shoulders down. Keep working here. Think about your hamstrings straight up with those legs. Small pulse at the top now. Keep going here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Draw those knees in. And once again, just place them down on the mat. Lower through the head, neck and shoulders. We're going to interlock the fingers. Interlock those fingers. Place the hands behind the head. As we do this, you might find the back starts to arch slightly, the ribs start to pop up. What we're going to do is find this posture, elbows out to the side. The hands should be supporting the lower part of the skull and the neck. So just very, very lightly supporting there. Draw the chin in towards the chest, lengthen the back of the neck. Now just draw the back of the ribs down towards the mat. Pelvis should come into neutral. Tailbone, you should feel that bony part, the tailbone here pushing down into the mat. Draw the abdominals in. We're going to keep feet, hips, knees in line. They're going to stay still. As we exhale, curling up through the upper body. Now, the pelvis doesn't move. Keep the tailbone pushing down. The abdominals are drawing everything in and down. And then inhale back. Don't let the ribs pop. Keep everything still. Exhale up. Inhale down. Again, don't bring the elbows in and force the neck. You want to lift just through the abdominals. The hands are there to support the head and neck, like a hammock. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Keep this pelvis still. This is the most important part, that this isn't doing this as you're crunching. You want to keep that nice and still. Exhale, crunch. Inhale down. One more here. Exhale, crunch. Lift. Use those abdominals, pulling them down tight. Inhale down. Hold here. We're going to carry on with our crunch this time. We're going to add a little hold at the top. Exhale up. Reach the arms forward. Reach there. Exhale, bring the hands back behind the head without letting the body move. Don't tip the pelvis. Don't hold on with the pelvis. Keep that still and then gently roll down. Inhale, reach. Lift the chest. Exhale, bring the hands back. Don't allow the body to move until the inhale brings you down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. And down. 2 more here. Last one. Keep that pelvis still. Don't be tempted to tip the pelvis towards you. Keep it still. Exhale. And coming all the way down. Good, and just release the arms. Tiny stretch to finish this really short section today. We're going to lengthen up through one leg. So lengthen one leg up towards the ceiling. Again, gather the ribs. Don't let the ribs pop and the lower back to arch. We don't want any of that. Draw everything back to neutral. Lift that leg. Place the hands either behind the thigh or one hand above the knee, one hand below, never on a joint. And just gently, you can crunch up, but keep the pelvis still, and just gently easing that leg towards you. Don't let this supporting leg move, and keep that pelvis still. What we don't want is this. So keeping that tailbone down, we're just gently drawing the leg towards us with the pelvis still. Just holding here, draw the abdominals in. You can flex and point that toe just to loosen through the calf, maybe some nice ankle circles as well. Something that we neglect, ankle circles, to strengthen and loosen the ankle muscles, so loosening them and then strengthening them back up without them being stiff and stuck. Good, and when you're ready, drop that ankle over the knee and push this knee away. Put the hands around the opposite thigh now. Lower down through the head, neck and shoulders and just draw the legs towards you. Now you can release the pelvis slightly. Pushing the knee away. And just hold this figure of four stretch. Great stretch for the piriformis, lower back niggles, side of the hip niggles. Draw those knees towards you. So drawing this knee in towards you, pushing this knee into turnout. So pushing that knee right into turnout and then drawing it in. Good, and when you're ready, just relax both legs down. Lengthen through the other leg, holding onto the thigh or one hand above the knee, one hand below. You can draw up through the upper body. This one we keep the pelvis still. So push the tailbone down and then draw the leg towards you. So we don't want this, much as that's a higher position, I know. What we want is a bit of a stretch with some resistance there, the pelvis in neutral. Just hold here, point and flex the foot. Woo! Draw the abdominals in, keep them working. Draw the shoulder blades down. We don't want this either. I don't want this happening. Push those shoulders down. Elbows out. Good, and when you're ready, cross the ankle over the knee. Push this knee out into turnout. Draw the hands around the thigh. Bringing everything in, lower down through the head, neck and shoulders. Just pressing that knee away. Drawing this knee in towards you. Just hold. Bring the chin in slightly. We don't want any part of the neck to be restricted, what happens when you push your chin towards the ceiling, you're really restricting the neck. So draw that chin in, lengthen the back of the neck. Tailbone, pelvis, when we're working, should all work together. When you're ready, release both legs. Hold on to those knees, roll up nice and tall. Draw everything in, little one we love to do in class. It's one of our favourite moves, is our rolling like a ball. So you're going to squeeze everything in tight, bring the feet towards the bottom, bring them in, lengthen through the crown of the head. Inhale, scoop the tummy button towards the spine, exhale, roll up. So inhale, we roll back. Remember on this, we are not going anywhere near the neck. We're rolling onto the shoulder blades, using the abdominals, and then exhaling to bring ourselves back up. If you're going any higher than here, that's too high, any higher than those shoulder blades. So you've got to control. Inhale back, exhale up, massaging the spine. Inhale back, exhale up. One more here for good luck. Inhale back, exhale up. Good. And we're just going to sit to finish off. Bring the soles of the feet together. Just gently take a moment. You can continue with some stretching after this. But just bring those soles of the feet together. Pelvis in neutral. So you want the pelvis nice and still. Seat bones pushing down into the mat. So we don't want to be in this scoopy position here. We want to lengthen everything up. Knees out to the side. And just gently, don't hold onto the feet here either. You might hurt yourself. Just gently press in, either into the knees or just gently into just above the ankles, and just hold here. Nice deep breath. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head. Keep encouraging those knees down. Good, and now we are going to just tip the chin towards the chest. Scoop these abdominals back and just roll forward. Gently pressing those knees out. Hold here. And then exhale. Just restack all the way up. Good. And that is your short workout for dancers today. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back soon for lots more.